Hello friends, I am Santosh Dubey, and first of all, heartiest congratulations to all my students who have scored well in CAT. And I am very happy to inform that compared to last year, we have recorded 100% growth in the number of 99 plus percentilers. And I congratulate my team also for that. And I want all the students to, in fact, one of the city toppers, that is 99.96 percentiler is from Spark only. And first of all, I want all of you to go to your respective branches and collect the GDPI manual. Now, this is the right time to start the preparation for the second round of the selection process, that is the GDPI and VAT round. This video is mostly about the personal interview, and Shirish sir, a globally renowned author, will be giving a video on writing assessment test, that is the VAT round, and the group discussion round. Now, let's start with the preparation of personal interview. So, before we start the preparation, there are two very important questions. Why GDPI round and how is it different from the aptitude round? So let's go to the first question. Why GDPI? GDPI, group discussion and personal interview, is a tool to measure your personal and interpersonal skills. What kind of person you are in isolation and what kind of person you are when you are a part of a team. And the second very important question is, how is it different from the aptitude round? You see, aptitude round was a rejection round and GDPI round is going to be a selection round. And let me tell you that the second round is going to be more challenging as compared to the first round, primarily because of two reasons. One is now the competition is going to be with the students of exactly the same caliber. And the second reason is there is no fixed syllabus for the personal interview round. Right from your knowledge of self to information of everything, right from your family to college to school to engineering branch to the organization you work in and general knowledge, everything, you will be checked on almost everything. So, there is no fixed syllabus. And hence, the second round becomes more challenging. Now, I have used two words here, knowledge and information. Knowledge and information are linguistically almost the same, but epistemologically, knowledge and information are poles apart. Knowledge is an inward journey and information is an outward journey. Any realization about self is knowledge. And any information about or any knowledge about things outside me is an information. I'll take some examples for this. Things like my likings, dislikings, whether I am introvert and extrovert, my strengths, my weaknesses, all these things are a part of knowledge, right? It is about self. It is information of self. That is knowledge. Outside me, even starting from my family to my native place, to the school and college I come from, the branch knowledge, the village I hail from, the organization I work with, general knowledge and so on, all these things are information. Now for any interview, knowledge is more important than information. The reason is there is no limit for information, right? So knowledge is very, very important. Now let's go to one by one, both the columns one by one, and see how to prepare for it. You see, information about your family, now this is very, very inner circle, your family, your native place, your school and college. The information about all these things should be in place. जैसे जैसे आप दूर चलते चले जाएंगे, वैसे वैसे अगर information कम भी हो गई, then there is no problem. The information about your family should be more than the information about आप पूरा का पूरा कंट्री या स्टेट एंड सो ऑन. तो इनर सर्कल्स का इंफॉर्मेशन हमेशा प्लेस में होना चाहिए, राइट? सो फैमिली के बारे में मोस्टली आपको इंफॉर्मेशन होती है. नेटिव प्लेस, द मीनिंग ऑफ द नेम ऑफ द नेटिव प्लेस, द हिस्टोरिकल इंपॉर्टेंस, वहां का अगर कोई फेमस एमपी एमएलए एंड सो ऑन, तो ये सब आपको थोड़ा सा पता रहना चाहिए. स्कूल एंड कॉलेज, आई हैव एन एक्सपीरियंस. वन ऑफ माई स्टूडेंट्स वाज ग्रिल्ड फॉर समवेयर अराउंड 20 मिनट्स in the interview of IIM Lucknow on the meaning of the name of the school. So you should be aware of that thing also. Branch knowledge. Now this becomes the most challenging thing for students preparing for the personal interview round. And most of the faculties training for personal interview say that go and start reading mechanical engineering once again. Now this is sheer nonsense. I cannot complete the mechanical engineering or the civil engineering or the chemical engineering within 1 month. तो फिर वो क्या बोलते हैं कि only the basic points. ये और बड़ा कॉमेडी है. We cannot finish even one subject in 1 month. You are not having more than 1.5 months. What we can do is understand the reason why are they asking question from the branch. Why are they asking question from thermodynamics? Thermodynamics has nothing to do with management education. You see, when they ask a question from thermodynamics, or maybe when they ask a question from civil engineering or mechanical engineering or maybe fluid mechanics, what is the reason behind asking that question? The reason is they want to check your attitude towards education. Because there is another way to look at it. आप ये बताइए मुझे, the students who are already studying in IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore or Calcutta and so on, do you think that their mechanical engineering and civil engineering is also up to the mark? ऐसा तो नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब they were experts of civil engineering or chemical engineering and now they are and hence they are the part of IIMs. लेकिन फिर भी वो बने part of IIMs. You will have to understand the reason why are they asking. They want to check your attitude towards education. Whether for you education means learning or for you education means a stepping stone to get a job or to make money. You see, there is nothing right and wrong in this. But what happens is, when you say that, so for example, if they ask a question, why MBA, and you say that I want to do my MBA because I want to learn something. At the same time, your branch knowledge is missing. There is a mismatch. You are not a person who believes in learning. And a mismatch in an interview, incoherent answers in an interview is considered as a lie. And that creates a bad impression. So you will have to make sure what is going on. Your answers should be coherent. You can say that I want to do MBA for my career shift. Right? But if you say that I am a man who believes in learning, your past should prove that you are a man who believes in learning. But suppose that you have no idea about the zeroth law of thermodynamics or the first law of Newton, and you say that I'm keen on learning, things are not falling in place. So, I'm not saying not to prepare, I'm saying not to panic. Because if they ask you technical questions and you are unable to answer those technical questions, let me tell you, you are not going to be rejected on that basis. Right? And then if suppose you are working with a company, you should have all the information about your organization, right from the establishment to finances to everything, the challenges faced by your organization, the challenges faced by your sector, and so on. So the detailed information about your organization is required. Some amount of knowledge of your project work you are working upon. And then comes general knowledge, which is least important. General knowledge is not going to be the deciding factor in a personal interview. Now, so this is information. Now let's come to this column, which is knowledge. My likings, my dislikings, whether I am introvert or extrovert or strength or weaknesses and so on. Let me tell you, these things are supposed to be realized. You cannot ask someone about your strength and weakness, right? Now, how to realize? The best way, slightly difficult for you people, but the best way is to switch off your phone for almost 2 to 3 hours daily and spend time and start thinking about yourself. It is going to be initially difficult because mostly you have not been alone. So it is going to be slightly difficult. But when you start spending time switching off your phone, suddenly the loneliness starts getting converted into aloneness. Loneliness is negative, but aloneness is a blissful situation. The loneliness starts getting converted to aloneness, and in that state, you come to know about yourself. If you start, I have seen students asking questions to the mentors कि सर हॉबी बोलें तो क्या बोलें, स्ट्रेंथ मेरा क्या है आप बता दो. Nobody knows your strength. And first of all, let me tell you one thing. None of the strengths is a strength in an absolute sense, and none of the weakness is a weakness in absolute sense. Do you think being lazy is a weakness? Let me tell you that most of the creative people, the most important inventors and discoverers have been lazy people, right? So, strength and weakness is a mismatch in you. For example, my goal is to be something else, and if then I am lazy, laziness becomes a weakness. Laziness is not a weakness in an absolute sense, right? And you will have to realize that. Suppose that you realize this fact that I am lazy and this is my strength that I am lazy. Speak that with confidence. Let me tell you that there is nothing more confident than a simple plain truth. If that is my realization, I'll go and speak, and believe me, it works. Right? So you will have to sit alone for some time. Now, at least in this section, knowledge section, don't use borrowed answers. Borrowed answers are extremely dangerous. Jesus once said, truth liberates. But let me tell you something, someone else's truth can encage you badly. Gandhi was liberated, but it is very difficult to find a person more encaged than a Gandhi-wadi. Are you getting it? A Gandhi-wadi is encaged with beliefs, doubts, questions, and so on. So if you use borrowed answer in your interview, within no time, you will be encaged with so much of cross questions, difficult to get away with. So whenever it comes to these parts or these questions, you will have to sit and realize. So within maybe 10 days of time, you will come to know your likings, your dislikings, whether you are introvert, whether you are extrovert, whether your strength and your weaknesses. Now comes the most important question, why MBA? Let me tell you, why MBA को ढूंढने की आपको जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. If you know what your liking is, what your disliking is, what your strength is and what your weakness is, if you have the knowledge in place, and if you have the information in place, you know what is going on around in your surrounding. अगर मुझे ये पता है कि मुझे क्या पसंद है और मुझे ये भी पता है कि मेरे अराउंड क्या हो रहा है, it is very easy to choose the career path. It is just about connecting the dots. So which means that why MBA cannot be answered without answering these questions, right? So then you will be able to answer why MBA. So think upon this, collect this and answer this. Is that okay with all of you? Now, even if these things are in place, guys, let me tell you certain things which are not in your hands. The entire process of personal interview is not happening at conscious level. There are two things, at least two things which I can recall, which are not in your hands. The first thing is the timing of the interview. If you are the candidate who is to be the interviewed on that day, you are the last candidate to be interviewed, the panel members would be tired. And then that can have, and then they will try to get away with, which can be slightly negative for you, but you can't do anything. All you can do in that scene is, if you see that you are, on the second half of the day and so on, you will have to go with that energy level that agar wo tired bhi hain, so they start taking interest in you. So interview timing is not in your hands. Now the most important thing which is not in your hand is the reaction of the unconscious of the panel member. This is very dangerous. And what happens is, forget panel members for a while, आप अपनी बात करो. When you meet someone, कुछ नहीं भी हुआ होगा, in the very first meeting, at the very first sight, you get a positive or a negative feeling. Why does this happen? This happens because the conscious mind picks up the data from the unconscious mind. कभी तो उस टाइप के आदमी ने इंसल्ट किया होगा, वैसी आईज या वैसा अपीयरेंस या वैसा बॉडी लैंग्वेज, and suddenly the classification between the candidate is classified as positive or negative. Now this is not in your hands, but thankfully एक ही panel member नहीं है. There are 3 to 4 panel members, and this will happen with everyone. So this is not in your hands, but what you can do is to handle this, you can start with a yes mood. In the beginning of the interview, you will have to say at least yes sir 3 to 4 times. Suddenly rhythm aa jata hai, and then you can handle the interview. But still, matlab this is a dangerous situation, and that is the reason why sometimes what happens is the interview gets over in 10 minutes. What happens is when you get inside, if all 3 panelists get the same vibes from you, then they will not feel like interacting with you for a longer time, and the interview gets over quickly. Or if they feel positive, still they feel that matlab isko lena hi hai, and what is the point grilling him and so on, and then also the interview gets early. To handle this, what you can do is keep smiling and be fearless, because smile is the only thing which has never hurted anyone. Panelist member को भी smile ने तो hurt नहीं किया होगा, ठीक है? So be fearless, keep smiling, बिल्कुल जाओ, and let me tell you, if you are very clear on these areas and these areas, you will definitely qualify your interview, right? So best of luck to all of you. And in case you want to train yourself with us, you can contact us. Spark is always there to help you. And best of luck to all of you once again. And congratulations to all the students who have scored 99+ percentile once again. Thank you.